everyone, welcome to Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. My name is Ayra. And on today's news, we have Davido, we have Chris Brown, we're going to be talking about Kizz Daniel, and we also have Burna Boy and Ayra Starr. But before going on to what we have for you on today's news, guys, I want to say thank you for all you do for us here on the channel. We see all of it and we really do appreciate you. And yes, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, please do not forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to click on the post notification bell so as to know when we drop new content and also when we drop new videos for you. Alright guys, so starting off the news, we have Davido and we have Chris Brown. The last time we had these two in the news was because, Davido came out to confirm, and alongside Chris Brown came out to confirm that their song Nobody Has to Know was going to be dropping yesterday at midnight. And people were like, okay, this song that we've been waiting for. But a lot of people were actually surprised because they felt like, okay, Chris Brown should have just waited a little longer since he just dropped the Breezy album and he had WIZKID on that particular album. And WIZKID is doing amazingly well. Like the song he has with Chris Brown on that particular album is doing a whole lot of amazing numbers. And people were like, okay, maybe Chris Brown should have just waited a little bit, to just push this Breezy album before going on to maybe drop another song or maybe drop the Breezy album, the deluxe edition. But then Chris Brown is saying, you know what, I can't chill, let me just actually drop the song. And there's been a whole lot of reactions right now in regards to this particular song. People have been waiting, especially FC fans. They've been waiting to see how Davido is going to perform, how he's actually going to deliver on this particular song. And there's been a whole lot of amazing feedback on Twitter saying Davido actually murdered it on this particular song. So let's go through some of the tweets that were made on Twitter in regards to this one. All right, so this user says, no song dropped overnight hit harder than Nobody Has to Know by Chris Brown and Davido. None. So according to her, there's actually no song that dropped overnight that's inclusive of Burna Boy's album. Like no song actually dropped overnight that is actually going to match up to the song that Chris Brown and Davido dropped. Nobody Has to Know. Then this user says, Davido no one grip for Breezy. Nobody Has to Know is a sweet jam. So Davido is one artist that is known for always killing it whenever he jumps on any song or whenever he jumps on any collaboration. Like people get to say that Davido is always ready to body any artist. Like he never allows anybody outshine him on any song, regardless of if he's the one actually featuring you or if you're the one featuring him. So according to this user, like Davido actually no one grew for Breezy, like he really bodied the song. Then this user says, see the way Davido and Chris Brown's voice were sounding the same in Nobody Has to Know. Man, Davido is too effing versatile. Now, so according to this user, it's saying Davido and Chris Brown were actually sounding alike. Like you will not be able to maybe differentiate if it was Davido that was singing or if it was Chris Brown. I actually did not agree to this because whenever you hear a Davido, you will know that this is Davido. So I don't know how he's actually saying that Davido and Chris Brown were actually sounding alike. Well, I don't know, that's own opinion. But to me, whenever I listen to a song and it has Davido, I know that this is Davido actually singing. Then this user went ahead to say, listening to Nobody Has to Know again, and all I can say is Davido really outdid himself like always, because I really can't differentiate between him and Chris Brown. What is this beauty? So this is another user actually coming out to confirm that Davido and Chris Brown were actually sounding alike, because according to her, she could not actually differentiate when Davido was singing and when Chris Brown was singing. And she was like, you know what, I've actually listened to this song over and over and over and again, and I could not actually differentiate. I actually cannot relate to this because to me, even if I'm sleeping and I hear a song that has Davido, I definitely know that this is Davido. And when it's not Davido that's actually singing, I can tell that, man, this is actually not Davido. Guys, away from Davido and Chris Brown, we have Kizz Daniel, yes, Vado the Great. Vado the Great has been having like an amazing year. Like he's done a whole lot this year that has been really, really beautiful. Coming up with the way, the Barnabas EP actually did a whole lot of numbers this year. And also he came out to give us BUGA and, signing the whole deal and just doing his thing. And he also decided to go on tour. Like it's actually beautiful. It has been like an amazing, year for Kizz Daniel. But recently, there's been a whole lot of call out for Kizz Daniel. And I don't know what he's actually doing about it or what his management are actually doing about it. First of all, it was the Zambians actually calling him out, saying that he actually ignored a lady at the airport. This was someone who went out of her way to get you bouquet and all of that. And she came to the airport to actually wait for you because, man, she actually loves you. And Kizz Daniel just passed. Like he actually just waved at her. She was trying to give him the bouquet and he just, walked away, and they decided to drag him. Man, they dragged Kizz Daniel that he had to come out to apologize, and he went to look for the lady and he apologized to her and he, received the bouquet and all of that. And we felt like, okay, you know what, Kizz Daniel has actually learned and he's not actually going to do anything that's going to make, people call him out on social media. But it seems that Vado the Great has actually not length. And people are like, guys, see, you're not actually supposed to be doing, some of these things that you're actually doing right now. The reason why Kizz Daniel is actually on the news today is because something actually happened in the US at an event. He showed that he was actually supposed to perform at. Actually, he performed at the show, but then he came in late. He kept these guys waiting for like 4 hours. And when he came in, he just performed for 30 minutes and he was about to leave the stage. These guys were really, really angry. When I talk about angry, they were really angry. They were throwing him stuff. They threw a lot of things at Kizz Daniel, papers, cups, and they were shouting refund, that they want a refund. Like, they really, really dragged Kizz Daniel. Kizz Daniel actually went ahead as kneeling down to beg these guys, but they were still throwing stuff at him. And it was just a whole lot. At some point, they were telling him to just get out of the stage, that he should just go. Like, they really dragged Kizz Daniel to field. And I don't know how Kizz Daniel is actually feeling right now, because even me, that I'm not Kizz Daniel, I'm actually feeling some sort of way. Like, what would have happened? Like, it's just a whole lot of things. And yeah, there's been a whole lot of reactions, there's been a whole talks on Twitter, and people are like, okay, you know what these guys did is actually good. And they also went ahead to compare, some of the things our artists do here in Nigeria, that they get to keep fans waiting for a while, an hour or 2 hours. And they're like, what happened in the US is actually supposed to start happening in Nigeria. Like, when an artist actually keeps fans waiting or keep people waiting, they're actually supposed to do the same thing that happened in the US. So these are people actually coming out to advise Nigerians, saying, you see what these guys did in the US, we should start doing the same thing here in Nigeria. When an artist keeps us waiting, when we pay money, like our hard-earned money, to watch these guys, and they decide to just treat us anyway, these are some of the things that we are actually supposed, to do to them. And people were like, this has been long coming, but they just decided to use Kizz Daniel as a scapegoat. All right, so this user says, how they booed Kizz Daniel on stage in the USA is what we should do in Nigeria to any artist that tries to come late to any show. I really don't want to be waiting till 4 a.m. to see anybody. Plus refund. Like, this lady is actually trying to say, you know what, see, this thing is what we should start doing to artists who actually tries to keep us waiting. Man, 4 hours is a whole lot. And according to some of these users, that Kizz Daniel actually did not apologize, and he came on stage to perform for just 30 minutes after keeping them waiting for 4 hours. Like, it was really, really embarrassing. And the fact they're like, you know what, we don't want again, just give us our money back. Then this user, Daniel Rega, who doesn't know Daniel Rega? He's like almost everywhere and always ready to comment. All right, so Daniel Rega says, Kizz Daniel showed up late to his show. He kept concert goers waiting for 4 hours and got dragged to field on stage. That's what I expect from Nigerians whenever an artist is not punctual. Because these artists, especially the A-listers, take Nigerians for granted a lot. Thank you, USA fans. So Daniel Rega decided to be specific, with the artist that is actually trying to talk about, and he's saying the A-listers. That means Burna Boy, Davido, WIZKID, and the rest. So like, these guys are actually fond of keeping, concert goers waiting, always fond of keeping their fans waiting. So he's advising Nigerians that, you see what these USA fans did to Kizz Daniel is what we should start doing to artists here in Nigeria who tries to keep us waiting. Then this user says, the complaints from Kizz Daniel's show haven't been good. He needs to fix up. Yes, this is actually the second one, and it's actually going to really affect him internationally if he does not try to fix things up. Then this user says, Kizz Daniel could have easily worked his way into the top 4 Afrobeat best conversation, but dude is still convenient with his comfort zone. I don't think Kizz Daniel is actually comfortable with where he is right now, because this guy is actually really good. For him to take the bold step and decide to join the cabal, this was the same cabal that actually came out to trash talk and say a lot of things about. So for him to decide to join this cabal and start rolling with the cabal, I am sure that Kizz Daniel is not comfortable with where he is right now. So according to this user, that Kizz Daniel could easily just work his way up to top 4 because this guy is good. Seriously, Kizz Daniel is actually very, very, very good. But then he always maybe tries, to find a way to just, mix things out. All right, so away from Kizz Daniel, we have Ayra, Starr, and Odogu in the news. Now, we have Ayra, Starr, and Burna Boy in the news because these two were actually saying, partying together. And this is actually coming up after Ayra, Starr, and Burna Boy actually wore the same dress. So Burna Boy wore this dress to perform on stage, and he looked like a girl. Like, there were pictures and people were trolling him saying, this is not Burna Boy, this is actually Burna girl. And Ayra Starr actually wore the same outfit. And now these guys are actually saying partying together. And Ayra Starr was telling him, finally, like, I actually get to meet you. Finally, then you see Burna Boy, pull her closer to himself, and they were actually partying at the club. But the reason why the both of them are actually in the news today is because of Black Bones. Yes, Emeka, I like like to call this guy Emeka. So there was a time when, you know, Black Bones came out to say Ayra Starr is his crush and is literally going to do anything for her. You know, he went ahead as using her as his Twitter profile picture. Like, he was just all about the whole Ayra Starr thing. Now, Ayra Starr was seen partying with Burna Boy, and the way Burna Boy was actually holding her up close. You're like, you know what, Emeka, just focus on your music career. Just leave Ayra Starr alone, because right now, this girl is off your league. First of all, she was seen chilling with WIZKID, and right now, she's actually saying chilling with Burna Boy, and they're telling Emeka that this girl has actually gone off your league. So just, you know, forget about Ayra Starr and just focus on your music career. Alright guys, so with Ayra Starr and Burna Boy, I'll be rounding up the news for today. Tell us what you think about the news in the comment section, guys. And we'll be in the comment section responding to some of your comments, if not all. See all you do for us here on the channel, and we really do appreciate you. Bye for now. My name is Emma.